Good evening and welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of Football Manager 2024 with the London Green. So today guys, we've got our VAR's second round game against Burnham, as well as an important league game against Windsor, who are in third at the minute. So it's very important that we have a good episode here today, and then again a really good time for these matches to be appearing, a bit like in the last episode, because we've got a big old gap between these matches, which means that the first team can play in both. They can be fully rested, fully ready and raring to go, and that's exactly what we're going to try and do today. So Burnham play in a wing play style, and in the last couple of episodes we've been playing with our four at the back formation, and it's been okay, but it's not been perfect. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go with our five at the back formation, but I'm going to do a little bit of a spin round and play like so, with a five at the back, but only one DM, two creative midfielders, and we're going to see if that works a little bit better for us. So with that in mind, I'm going to swap this position to support. Perhaps you can go on attack. Yeah, that works. Okay, so we're going to have three attackers, four supporters, and then three on defense. The three defenders are going to be on defensive duties. And that is, I think that's just how that's going to work. So I'm going to quickly save this, and it's going to be saved as a 5-1-2-2, or I guess it's more of a 3-5-2. Really, but I'm gonna keep it as my five at the back because my wing backs are really, it's kind of not, but it is in a way. So I'm just gonna make it a 5-1-2-2, even though it's more of a 3-5-2. It is more of a 3-5-2, but I'm keeping my system of how I named them so I can keep it straight in my head. That's just for me. So Melbourne is going to start at the back there. Abdullah goes out onto the left wing, and I want Alexis Boulay. Oh no, Frith. We made a promise to Frith that he could start more games, so I'm going to let him do just that. I need a bit more. Upton, you can start, and then Kolodinsky goes on the bench, covering that DM position and the centre back position. Where is Myla Hillier? Well, he is unfortunately suspended for this cup game. Unfortunate. It is a bit. So let's go with Jimmy Woods instead. In fact, let's check who our best tackler is. It is Melbourne, and then it's... Oh no, there we go. It is Jimmy Woods. Yeah. It is actually, Kolodinsky's good as well, but like I say, he's going to be on the bench covering positions. So Jimmy Woods is in there. I'm going to go with McKay this time. Swap them round, and that's how that's going to work. Abdullah Frith. That works. Okay, I'm going to hit save on that real quick. And they're unbalanced, so that should be all good for now. Yes, okay. That's the team we're going to go with. It wants me to go with a bit more attacking, but we'll see if we want to go that way. Everyone's happy with the way the team is set up. I'm quite happy with it. And we're just trying that five at the back again because, we went four at the back last episode. It's not like we lost really badly in either of those games, but it wasn't really quite as penetrative as it could be, as we would want it to be. Because, of course, we only drew those games 1-1, both of those games. So let's see what we can do here today against Burnham. Early doors, possession is mostly for them and momentum as well. But we're not even 10 minutes in. Okay, it's evening out. And, in fact, it's evening out more in our favour because we've now had a shot on target. That they have. Oh no, they have as well. They've joined in on that. Okay, seems very balanced. Seems very, very balanced after 20 minutes or so. I'm going to do a quick check on the analysis, and we are sat a little bit back, and we're also kind of sat to the left-hand side. which is interesting. We're doing well covering everyone here. I actually think we might benefit from Melbourne just stepping up. Actually, no. Cancel that, cancel that, cancel that, and then go back in. Like so, and then just like that. Because hopefully that will push our midfield battle, our midfield line up a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Same thing over there. Just step up a little bit more than we currently are. Because I'm interested. It's interesting that we are stepping off to the left as well. I don't know why that's happening in our midfield, but it is interesting. The shot comes in, it goes just wide. But that was a shot from quite a way out, so not really much of a problem. Burnham still seem to be having the better time of it. Creating their passes, doing their work. Don't step up too much. Good tackle. Oh, that's very lucky from them that it's bounced right back to them off the post. It's good play to get into that position, but it's bounced back right to them. Okay, I'm gonna go like that. Melbourne steps back a little bit, and we see if that does help us. Just a tad. Okay, let's see what we can do just before halftime. I'm going to go for my encourage. Melbourne on the ball. Goes all the way back to Upton. Finds Woods. Woods is a relatively creative player. Goes to Abdullah. Try and beat your man. He does beat his man. Whips it in. McKay far post. That's it. There we go. There we go. Scott McKay is a good header of the ball. And that was a good header. Out wide to Abdullah. Puts in the ball really, really nicely. Hits that early cross. That is still on the instructions there. Don't forget. And McKay beats his man. Puts it past the goalie. And makes it 1-1 just before halftime. Analytical data shows we're still so far back. We've got to step up. We've got to step up. We've been yeah, you know what? We have been the better team. Keep going. And go and engage higher. Go and press them higher. Because we're just too far back and we're inviting all of that pressure that we really don't want to be inviting. Here we go. Set piece. We've got to defend it. McMahon whips it in. McKay jumps, gets to it really nicely. They kick it around. It's just bouncing around. You've got to deal with that. Far better than that. Far better than that. So we're going to move on to a positive. In fact, we'll kind of see what happens here. Just, what are we doing? Just absolutely sending that to no one. It's gone wide. Okay. Unfortunately, I'm gonna go to 60 minutes here on the current setup, but we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to change. Okay, so analysis shows we're still stepping back way too much. They're playing their 5 at the back. We're gonna have to go with our overload in the middle of the park. In a second, we'll watch this highlight real quick. Mays on it. Upton shoots it off the post. Woods puts it into an empty net. So in the exact same way that they did, we've now scored it. But I'm not feeling good about this. I'm not feeling good about the way we are playing. So we're going to rotate out into a different formation, a bit like this. So on the right-hand side, yeah, Chadwick moves out to the right. Let's go with Takeda in the middle. But we're still going to shoot on sight for a bit. There we go. Let's get Ricky May as an inverted inside forward. Yeah, that's good. In fact, we'll make that swap as well. Okay, so we're gonna swap it out. We're gonna kind of change it up going into this last period. This is a game where it's just like get the job done in this game and we can get through. Let's see how this goes as the last period kind of presents itself. What, Jimmy Woods has been played out of position. Oh yeah, it's just slide forward. There you go. Change of shape has not really done much in terms of the momentum, but it has just unlocked the opposition. Takeda from distance, well saved. But that's exactly why I brought Takeda on instead of Dimitriou, because I want him taking those long shots. I don't mind him trying to hit those long shots. Let's see what comes from this. No, nothing. Okay, wow. Okay, let's give it encourage. Let's bring that back then. Okay, fine. So we've made it. We've made it to the end. Just about. Okay, this time what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put my 3 best on it straight away. Dan Jones is going to take one because his stats are actually better than the people around him. And Ricky May as a striker will take the 5th. Here we go. Pick your spot. Don't change your mind. You can do it. Can we progress on penalties? Let's see. First penalty is from Burnham. It's from Williams. He steps up and goes straight at the keeper. And Dan Jones is equal to it. Scott McKay, goal scorer. Oh. Misses it as well. Saved by the keeper onto the woodwork. Wood scores for Burnham, makes it 1-0. Takeda up next. Not quite down the middle, just a bit of a hint of the left to it, but does make it 1-1. Very nice. Oh, that's a bit of a weak penalty. It's a bit of a weak penalty, and Dan Jones is equal to it. Now it's Finley Chadwick. And he puts it in with, that looked like maybe that was a chip. A cheeky chip penalty. But it goes in. McMahon. Up next. Dan Jones is something else. He really is. That is 3 saves out of 4. Dan Jones, absolute hero. And now he steps up to take the penalty that could genuinely win this shootout. Oh my goodness. And he does. What the heck is this? My goalie getting it done. We tried to change to the 4-3-3. It didn't really work. Not really, but I don't think the 5 at the back was doing it either. Even though we did get our chances. Of course, their XG without... So their XG was 0.5. And then it jumps up to... 1.7? With that one chance, it goes up. So that was a 0.6 of a chance, basically. But even if you remove that 0.6, they're at a 1.9. And we're at a 1.1. So... Look, we got through. I'm not overly impressed with the way we played, but we got through. We came back from 1-0 down, back to 1-0, 2-1 down, back to 2-2. Got to the end of it. Yeah, maybe I don't know. I'm not entirely sold on how we played that one. Not really. Okay, next up is Windsor. We're going to have to check how Windsor play, but we do have 2 weeks before that match. So a bit of time for me to kind of have a think. What do we want to do in our next game, in our next one? And we will, of course, get the draw as well. We received 900, which is lovely. I will take that as well. Praise Jones, because he was incredible and ended up winning the shootout for us, not only because he scored that one, but because he saved 3 as well. 2 weeks for the Windsor game, so everyone should be absolutely ready and raring to go. I need to make a decision on what formation we are going to bring to that game. That's all the results. We've done that. That's all good. Results. When is the draw? Can we see that? Where is the draw? Nope, the draw's not being highlighted. Is it on the calendar? Oh no, there it is. Wait, that's 4th round draw. So when's the 3rd round draw? Or do we already know? Okay, we know when it is, but we don't know when the draw is. No idea. Okay, so Windsor look like they have been playing with a Gegenpress. Okay. That is a tactic that we do sometimes struggle against. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into our 4-1-2-1-2 balanced. And I think that's what we're going to play up against our opponents. Because Upton will swap out. Not for Evans. Why would it be for Evans? Chadwick goes in there. Hillier goes in there. Woods goes there. Is that who they think? Yeah, okay, that's fine. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to play Leterrier for McKay in this next game. Am I going to do that? No. Okay, Leterrier is going to go there. I'm going to drop Ricky May, which I do not do very often. He plays a lot of games because, for the most part, he does deserve to play those games. He's a very good player. Mid-block trap inside. If they're going to step up, we do also want to pass into space. That's fine. Let's go a little bit wider. And yeah, that works. Okay, that is what we're going to do in the next game, which is, like I say, it's 2 weeks away. So we've got a long, long wait before then. And in the Vars, we won't know where we're at because I'm guessing some of those I just don't know when the schedule is. Oh, so there we go. Oh wow, there's loads of games. There's still 4 games to be played. So we won't find out who we're playing for a little while. Okay, that's no bother. That's all right. Let's get to the next game. Hopefully we will find out who we're up against rather soon, and we can find out when that is because it said it was the 26th. Here's the draw. There we go, finally. This is 68 teams left to draw, so not many teams. It's the round of 64 because there are 4 games left to play, so there'll be 4 teams who are still in it. There we are. Oh, North Greenford, I think. Combined Counties Premier North. They're in our league. Have we played them already? We have not, but they are in our league, and like more or less that would make you think, yes, we can beat them. We played them last year. We got a 2-0 win and a 1-0 win. Okay, I mean, that's a good sign. Okay, we beat them twice. Ottershaw match rearranged because of the Greenshaw match. Windsor match is still just on the 19th, so there's no change there. Let's get to it. Righto, before we just get into that Windsor game, we've got an offer for Gerard Sprawley to go out on loan, which I'm absolutely happy with because we haven't really used him. Because even though we are every now and then going into our 4-3-3, we're not really setting up in the 4-3-3 that often, really, not really. Abdullah's playing well. I like that. That's good. So Abdullah and Connell Jones as well. Maybe Connell Jones earns himself a start in the middle of the park. It wouldn't be the worst thing to put him alongside Hillier or something like that. You know, rotate that midfield, give another player an opportunity. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. But I really, this episode, obviously the first game of this episode and the both games in last episode, and potentially even the last game of the episode before that, we've been drawing a lot. We haven't really been controlling and dictating games as we want to be, or as we have done in the past, we want to do again. So even though going up against Windsor, the team in third, we're in second, obviously, isn't, you know, the best time to be hoping for something like that to suddenly come back. We're expected to draw. Let's see what we can do. Okay? Let's see what we can do. So, I'm going to give... Where's Connell Jones? He's going to have that chance in the middle of the park. Hillier, Chadwick, Melbourne. That works for me. Dimitri, Takeda on the bench. Yeah, that works for me as well. In fact, what I'm going to do is I want to be able to see the average rating for the season as well. Ricky May's up there. Boulay. Okay, Boulay to the right. That works. Dimitri is playing well. Connell Jones is not, but I'll give him a chance. I'll give him a chance. That's only fair. Jimmy Woods is playing well as well. Melbourne not playing so well. Maybe Kennedy gets a chance. Yeah, okay. Okay, that's the team we're going to go with. We're going to give Kennedy and Connell Jones a bit of a run out. You know, they haven't played that many games this season, though. They've certainly not played as many games as other midfield players. So I just want to see them, give them a bit of a chance. We will do a stats check probably at the end of next episode, because that win on penalties in the Vars means that we will play 3 games next episode rather than the 2. Like, I've kind of settled on 2 being a nice number. It's not too much for the recording. It's a good length video, still pushes about the 30-minute mark. There or thereabouts. Boulay, yeah, Boulay in a great... Oh! That's a good chance. That's a very good chance. The XG of that must be... It's a good chance. Oh, that's over as well. Yeah, I think 2 games is like the sweet spot. The thing is that it does mean you're looking at a minimum 20 episodes in a season. And while I'm not really opposed to that in the slightest, it's about a month of recording or time recording and, you know, having an episode every other day. I'm not really opposed to that at all. Every now and then, if we can get a 3rd game in there, I think that's useful. I do think that's useful. And the best way I kind of think about it is that when the schedule kind of permits, that's when we'll do that. For example, playing this game today leaves us with 3 games next episode. That works. And then the month after, 2 and 2, and that works. And then the month after, 3 and 3, and that works. And it does mean that we basically go 2 episodes per month. And I think that works. I've said that a lot of times, but I do think it works. Okay, we've had a lot of shots. Not all of them are particularly good. Not all of them on target, but I always tend to prefer more shots penalty than not, and getting the ball into a dangerous area. So we've had 8 shots for an XG of 0.1, and it's not 0.1, it's well, now it's a 1.7 because of the penalty. Hillier puts it away. That is 1-0. I'm going to go for a calm down really quickly after that goal has gone in. It's a really good penalty. It's right in the corner. And in fact, with the 1-0, I will happily accept... You know what? I won't do that, but I will keep the... We'll go to crosses only. We will take off the shoot on sight because we're 1-0 up now, so we can potentially hold the ball a little bit longer. That's good. That's fine. Dan Jones gathers the ball, 1-0 up. Very good start to the game. That's not... Is that... Oh, Boulay with a good bit of work, but unfortunately does not end up with the ball. And now it's another defensive set. Oh, well done, Kennedy. Maybe it's us. Maybe it is us. Look, we got these. The strikers are going. There's got to be a pass in the middle. Leteri, yeah. I think he's offside. He is offside. That's annoying because there was essentially two players making the exact same run. I think Chadwick was the player in behind. I think he was onside. So it is therefore quite frustrating that Leteri has taken the ball and he's put it in the back of the net. And we're still at 1-0. But we are definitely playing very well. We're playing absolutely brilliantly. They've got a bit more possession, but we're hitting them on a lot of chances, a lot of shots. Look at that, it's gone up to 15. All of the momentum is with us. So these guys deserve a bit of praise before the half-time. And what we'll do in this second half is we'll actually up the directness even more, because I've got a feeling that Windsor are going to come out and they're really going to try and step up the pace. So I'm going to give us another bit of praise as this second half begins. Try and keep the team feeling good, feeling happy. That's a good ball in. Bambrook back to Hillier, to Boulay. Inside, Chadwick is there. Turn and shoot. He does. Oh, just wide. But turn and shoot, he does. Very good effort. We've had 17 shots. Only 4 on target. But we are playing some good stuff. Bedfont have got a goal back. So that means that the league table is going to change in a second. That'll update, I suppose. Or is that accurate now? Maybe that's accurate now. Maybe. We are on 26, so that is definitely what we're on. Okay, let's go for our first change. It will be Stefan Clark coming on for Abdullah, left back position. Make that change, 65 minutes. I'm also going to give another praise, and we're going to go waste a little bit of time. And then at 75 minutes, we'll make another change. They've picked up another yellow card. We're taking more shots. Our XG is through the roof compared to theirs. And 75 minutes, we'll make our next change. Kolodinsky for Kennedy. On you go, son. And then I'm thinking the last change, it won't have to be Takeda. I'm thinking we can be happy with bringing on Dimitriou instead. I mean, look, we have absolutely played our opponents for kippers. Absolutely. Our XG is at 3. It would be very frustrating if we do somehow dang it, Bedfont go 2-1. If we do somehow concede here, it would be very frustrating. Okay, Connell Jones, actually, I feel like you played well. 6.7 is not bad at all. I'm quite impressed with that. The strikers have played well. Hillier's played well. Boulay's played well, but that's almost a given at this point. Boulay tends to... Oh, no! Oh, it's gone wide. We've given up the ball cheaply at centre-back and gotten away with it. Keep going, guys. Praise. Get yourself to the end. Keep yourself feeling good. 3 minutes. 2.5. Dimitriou from distance on the free kick. And he puts it in the back of the net. We are the set piece kings, which is ironic because we're up against Windsor. And we take it. 2-0. What a free kick that is. Jenkinson nowhere near. We've hit 2 goals from set pieces. We go 2-0 up. And Dimitriou, don't you dare. Oh, it's just gone over. Absolutely brilliant. We're going to take the win. And my goodness, 27 shots, 10 on target. The team have just had a good day at the office. Very, very good day. We stepped up. Even with their gegenpress, we just stepped up and said, we're going to beat you to it. We're going to play a stronger game than you can possibly think. I'm going to go for the outstretched arms. And I'm going to say you've blown them away. Because you have. You have indeed. Second plays third. And for how much of that game did they not even have a shot on target? Like, we've just the better team by far. And I'm very happy with that. That's exactly the performance I was asking for before we get into that game. Where it's saying, you know, our performances haven't been great. We've been drawing games. We've been squeaking by those Vars matches on penalties. And while it's good to go through, I would much prefer a strong performance. You know, a dominant performance. And that's exactly what we got in this match against Windsor. Come on now. 2-0. And that's what we're about. We go top. Returning to the summit. That's what it's about. Brighton Ropes have gone 10 games undefeated. Very nice. We've gone top. We have got... Oh, okay, here we go. So we've got Ottershaw and then North Greenford in that Vars game and then Hanworth. So next episode, the games are going to come thick and fast. And the kind of gaps of 2 weeks that we've enjoyed recently are going to disappear. And we're going to go for an unbeaten November. That's what we're after. Let's see if we can do it. Thank you very much for watching, guys. At the minute, we are, of course, top of the pile. Is there Sunday matches? There is a Sunday match, but it's unfortunately none of the teams around us. It's North Greenford and Hendon, and they're both down there. Oh, no, that's not Sunday. That's a Tuesday. And then it's us on the Wednesday. So the table is as the table currently stands. It is as it is. We are on 26 points, taking on average 2 points a game. If we actually look at the table with a larger view, we have only lost one match, and it was against Camberley. And again, we got absolutely smoked in that game, so fair enough to Camberley. In terms of form, we might be at the top on form. Not quite. We are 2 wins, 3 draws, where you've got some teams. So that means we're... Oh, it's just done by points. It must just be done by points. So that is 9 points, whereas that is 10 points. That is 11 points, and that is also 11 points. So... yeah, not quite sure what the difference is there. Maybe it's just goal difference or something like that. I don't know. Either way, first place, back at the summit. Thank you for watching. I shall catch you next time.